If you have paused exactly at this instant and your eyes have met these words, understand deeply that there is no coincidence in the web of the universe, for your every movement has been subtly orchestrated by a higher intelligence that recognizes the weight you have silently carried and the thirst for renewal your soul emanates. Perhaps you have walked through valleys of uncertainty, feeling a weariness that transcends the physical, an exhaustion that seems to drain the colors from your days and silence the melody of your heart. But know that this sensation was merely the necessary prelude for you to be receptive to this divine intervention that now begins. The ascended masters, guides of infinite compassion and wisdom, who have already walked the dusty roads of human experience and transcended the density of matter, observed the luminous signal from your auric field asking for help, and, in response to that silent prayer, they gathered on the etheric plane to offer you not just solace, but a true, energetic restructuring. This is not just any video or text that crossed your timeline. It is a meeting set in the stars, a sacred commitment your very essence scheduled for this specific moment in time-space, aiming to release burdens that no longer serve you and rekindle the divine flame that dwells in the sanctuary of your chest. I am with you now, guiding this journey, and I ask that you begin to lower your guard, disarming the defenses you built to survive the battles of everyday life, allowing yourself to finally be cared for, supported, and nourished by forces that only desire your supreme good and your continuous evolution. Often, in an attempt to be strong and unwavering for the world, we accumulate emotional debris, calcified hurts, and tensions that lodge in the most subtle fibers of our being, blocking the natural flow of prosperity, health, and joy, creating a painful disconnection from our own source of power. What the Masters propose today is a surgery of light, a loving intervention that goes beyond the intellect and touches the vibrational root of each issue, utilizing the sacred alchemy of cosmic rays to dissolve the invisible chains that bind you to cycles of suffering and stagnation. Breathe deeply in this moment, feeling the air enter not just your lungs, but every pore of your skin, as if you could inhale the golden light itself that begins to form around you, creating a dome of protection and isolation from external interferences. As you allow yourself to relax, feel the atmosphere around you subtly change in density, becoming more rarefied, more electric, and at the same time, profoundly peaceful, like the reverent silence that precedes dawn in a sacred temple high in the mountains. It is important that you understand that, to receive this healing, no mental effort is needed, no struggle, nor the need to rationally understand how divine processes operate. All that is required of you now is conscious permission, the internal yes that opens the floodgates of grace. Imagine that, around you, luminous presences begin to materialize, beings of high spiritual stature who bring with them the fragrance of flowers from other worlds and the sound of celestial chants, and they approach with profound respect for your journey. Honoring every tear you have shed and every obstacle you have overcome, they do not come to judge your flaws or point out your errors, but to remind you of your forgotten magnificence, to polish the diamond of your soul that has been covered by the dust of oblivion and the illusions of matter. Now feel the weight on your shoulders begin to yield, as if a backpack laden with stones were gently removed by invisible and loving hands, allowing your spine to align and your head to rise with a new dignity. The energy that begins to circulate in this virtual and physical environment is intelligent. It knows exactly where you hurt. It knows the dark corners of your memory where fear hides, and it identifies the limiting beliefs that sabotage your happiness even before they manifest. By accepting this healing energy, you are agreeing to break with the old self, the one accustomed to scarcity and pain, to make way for a new version of yourself, more luminous, more integrated, and fully connected with the abundant flow of the universe. I see your willingness and feel the vibration of your heart changing, moving from a rhythm of anxiety to a cadence of trust and absolute surrender. In this sacred instant, visualize that the ceiling of the place where you are dissolves into pure light, opening a direct passage to the higher planes, through which descends a column of white and crystalline light, shimmering like stardust that bathes your entire body from head to toe, cleansing the superficial impurities of your energetic field. This light is a preparation, a lustral bath that cleanses your aura, removing astral larvae, low vibration thoughts, and stagnant energies that you have absorbed from heavy environments or difficult people throughout your week. Feel this shower of light washing away your worries, carrying away the tension in your jaw, the furrow in your brow, and the tightness in your stomach, leaving in its place a fresh sensation of newness and purity. You are being prepared to enter the great healing hall, an etheric space of unparalleled magnificence, where the ascended masters await to apply the specific spiritual unguents for your most urgent needs. Keep your breath slow, deep, and rhythmic, for it is the guiding thread that anchors your consciousness in the present and allows the energetic work to happen safely and effectively, serving as a bridge between your three-dimensional physical body and the multidimensional reality of your soul. With each exhalation, consciously release all that is not love, all that is fear, all that is doubt, and with each inhalation, draw into yourself the certainty that you are loved, protected, and guided. The space around you now vibrates at a higher frequency, and if you pay attention, you may feel a gentle tingling in the palms of your hands or the crown of your head, physical signs that the connection has been established and that the download of cosmic energy has already begun. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do, no problem to solve now. There is only this eternal moment, this sanctuary of peace we have built together, where your soul can finally rest and drink from the fount of life. Now that your auric field has been cleansed by the preliminary light shower, I invite you to take a step further in creative visualization, allowing the landscape around you to transform completely, dissolving the walls of your room and revealing a dimension of unspeakable beauty. Imagine yourself walking barefoot on soft grass that glows with an emerald hue, advancing towards a majestic structure floating on the horizon, a crystal temple whose translucent walls refract cosmic light into thousands of dancing rainbows, pulsating as if the building itself were alive and breathing in unison with the universe. This is the sanctuary of the Great White Brotherhood, a place of refuge that exists outside chronological time, where the density of the third dimension cannot penetrate, and where silence is so profound it becomes music for the soul, instantly calming any lingering agitation that might still reside in your mind. As I energetically hold your hand, feel the vibration of this sacred ground rising through the soles of your feet, a gentle and nourishing electrical current that tells you, without words, that you have finally returned home, to a place from which your essence never truly left, but which your human consciousness had forgotten in the battle for survival. As you approach the monumental entrance of this temple, observe an immense golden door, crafted with sacred symbols of ancient geometry, that opens silently upon your arrival, not by a physical mechanism, but in response to the frequency of humility and permission your heart emits at this exact moment. From within, a welcoming, warm, and enveloping luminosity emanates, and you realize that you are not entering a strange place, but reuniting with old friends who await you with infinite patience and a love that demands nothing in return, only your presence and your willingness to be healed. Inside, arranged in a perfect circle under the central dome, are the ascended masters, figures of indescribable nobility, dressed in robes that ripple like liquid light. Their faces radiating a benevolence that instantly melts away any fear of judgment or feeling of unworthiness you may carry. They recognize you, greeting the divine spark within you with profound reverence, and gently gesture for you to take the place of honor right in the center of this living mandala, the focal point where all healing energies will converge with surgical precision to restore your being. Position yourself now in the center of this circle of power, feeling protected by these august presences, and notice that each master begins to radiate a specific frequency, creating a vortex of multicolored energy that begins to gently spin around you, gaining speed and intensity until it forms a tangible pillar of light. The first stage of this divine intervention is focused exclusively on your physical vehicle. This temple of flesh and bone that endures the pressures of gravity and time, and which is so often neglected or judged by ourselves, but which is honored by the masters as the sacred tool of your evolution. Feel a wave of regenerating warmth begin to penetrate through the crown of your head, slowly descending like warm, golden honey, infiltrating the brain tissues, calming neural chemistry, balancing the hemispheres, and signaling to the entire central nervous system that the danger has passed and it is safe to enter deep repair mode. This intelligent energy scans your biological body, identifying hidden inflammations, areas of chronic stiffness, and cells that have lost their original vitality, bathing them with restorative light that reactivates the perfect health code embedded in your DNA. Concentrate your attention on the neck and shoulder region, where so many of us carry the illusory weight of the world, accumulating tensions that transform into rigid defensive armor, blocking the free flow of life and causing seemingly endless pain. I ask that you visualize hands of light, ethereal and incredibly gentle, massaging these areas, dissolving knots of tension, loosening contracted muscle fibers, and releasing the burden of excessive responsibility you have taken upon yourself and which does not belong to you. Feel the vertebrae of your spine align one by one, creating breathing room between the discs, allowing energy to flow freely from the base of the spine to the skull, like a river of light clearing its bed after a long storm. With each breath you release, imagine gray smoke leaving your physical body, representing toxins, accumulated fatigue, electromagnetic pollution, and cellular stress being expelled to be transmuted by the violet flame that silently burns at the edges of the hall. Delving even deeper into this process of biological restoration, the healing energy now directs itself to your internal organs, penetrating your chest and enveloping your physical heart, regulating the rhythm of your heartbeat to a cadence of coherence and peace, and expanding into your lungs, clearing the alveoli of residues of sadness and stale air. Visualize this emerald light brought by Master Hilarion, circulating through your liver, kidneys, and stomach, organs that filter and process not only food, but also visceral emotions, performing a deep and invigorating detoxification that restores optimal functionality to each system. Feel your blood being oxygenated by this celestial prana flowing through your veins like a river of liquid vitality, nourishing every cell, every tissue, every endocrine gland, rebalancing hormonal production, and returning to your body the sensation of vigor and stability that perhaps you haven't felt in a long time. It is a bath of cellular youth, a biological reminder that your natural state is health, strength, and vitality, not illness or lethargy. Remain for a few moments enjoying this sensation of physical lightness, as if gravity had lessened its pull on you, feeling your body no longer as a heavy burden or a source of pain, but as a light, transparent, and vibrant vehicle, ready to anchor even higher frequencies. You may feel tingling, waves of heat or cold, or simply a profound peace that relaxes even the deepest muscles of your face and jaw, erasing the lines of expression caused by constant worry. The physical foundation has been re-established. The temple of the body has been cleansed and sanctified, creating the solid foundation necessary for us to advance to the more subtle and complex layers of your being, where the emotional roots of your pains await to be touched by the unconditional love of the Masters. Breathe in this new bodily freedom. Anchor this feeling of well-being in your cells, and prepare yourself, for the deeper work is about to begin. With your physical body now vibrating in a harmony of rest and regeneration, the temple's atmosphere subtly changes, shifting from the white, clinical luminosity of biological purification to softer, warmer, and more enveloping tones, announcing that we have reached the frontier of your emotional body, that vast internal dimension where your affective memories, your silent pains, and the scars that time could not erase reside. I am by your side as we navigate these deep waters, holding the sacred space so you can lower the last drawbridges protecting your heart. For I know this is the most delicate stage, where we touch upon what you have hidden even from yourself to keep going. The emotional body is like a vast ocean that holds not only what we have lived, but how we felt what we lived. It stores the hurt from that harsh word spoken years ago, the icy feeling of loneliness in moments of helplessness, and the suffocating weight of guilt we carry from believing we could have done things differently. The Masters know that often, physical illness is just the desperate cry of a silenced emotion, and that is why they now approach with extreme delicacy, not to stir up wounds, but to pour the balm that heals the root of pain. Observe that, from the circle of light, the magnetic and loving presence of Master Rowena, the guardian of the pink ray, now stands out, walking towards you, emanating a frequency of pure, unconditional love, an energy so dense and palpable it feels like a physical, warm, and maternal embrace, instantly dissolving the rigidity that enveloped your chest. She brings with her the essence of divine tenderness and directs a soft pink beam of light directly to your heart chakra, penetrating the layers of protection, the armor of iron and ice you unconsciously built after each disappointment, each betrayal, and each loss, believing that closing yourself off was the only way to survive in a hostile world. Feel this ice melt now, transforming into clear water, releasing the flow of dammed-up feelings. Perhaps you feel a sudden urge to sigh deeply, or even let a tear fall, and I ask that you not resist. For each tear released here is a crystal of pain that leaves your system forever. Allow yourself to feel vulnerability, not as weakness, but as the gateway to your true strength, accepting that you are worthy of love, not for what you do or produce, but simply for existing. As the pink ray saturates your emotional field, we begin to work on dissolving old resentments, those heavy stones you carry in the pocket of your soul that make the journey exhausting, draining your vitality day after day with the corrosion of bitterness. Visualize that these hurts, whether recent or from a distant past, begin to detach like dry leaves falling from a tree in autumn, carried by a gentle wind of mercy and understanding. For the light of truth reveals that everyone, including those who hurt you, was acting from their own limitations and pains. It is not a mental or forced forgiveness, but an energetic detachment. You simply realize that you no longer need to carry this poison within you, that it does not define who you are, and that letting it go is the greatest act of self-love you can perform. Feel the immediate relief in your solar plexus, in the pit of your stomach, where anxiety and anger often lodge, experiencing a feeling of empty, clean, and serene space, ready to be filled with new experiences of joy and genuine connection. Now, a gentle and compassionate presence approaches, bringing with it the aroma of lotus and a pearlescent light that glows with lavender tones. It is the beloved Kuan Yin, the master of mercy and compassion, who comes to treat the deepest wound of all, the lack of self-forgiveness. How many times have you been your harshest judge, punishing yourself for past mistakes, criticizing yourself for not being perfect, demanding superhuman performance from yourself, and denying yourself the right to fail and learn? Kuan Yin envelops you in her flame of mercy, looking into your eyes with a sweetness that disarms any self-criticism, whispering to your soul that you did the best you could with the consciousness you had at that moment, and that now you are free to reinvent yourself. Feel this energy dissolving toxic guilt, that weight on your shoulders that says you should have done more, and replace that tyrannical inner voice with a voice of acceptance, kindness, and patience. It is the rescue of your inner child who finally feels safe, seen, and loved, able to let go of the broken toys of the past and embrace the opportunity for a new beginning. The emotional healing process reaches its peak when the energies of Rowena and Kuan Yin merge, creating a vortex of pink and lilac light that spins around you, washing away memories of rejection and abandonment imprinted in your aura, rewriting your internal story with the golden ink of self-esteem and worthiness. You begin to feel a lightness in your chest that you may not have felt since childhood, a renewed capacity to breathe life fully without the filter of fear or distrust, realizing that your heart, though wounded, has remained intact in its divine essence, capable of loving again and with even greater depth. The waters of your inner world, once murky and agitated by emotional storms, now calm and become a crystalline mirror, reflecting the light of the stars and the peace of the temple, indicating that balance has been restored and harmony has returned to reign in your feelings. Appreciate this state of emotional grace where there is no urgency, no pain, only the tranquil pulsation of a heart that has been heard, understood, and healed by the hands of divinity. You realize that true healing is not forgetting what happened, but remembering without the burden of pain, transforming scars into medals of wisdom and suffering into compassion, becoming a more integrated human being, better prepared for life. I feel your vibration change, becoming more expanded, more radiant, as if an inner light had been ignited within your chest, illuminating from within and preparing the ground for the next stage of our sacred journey. With your physical body relaxed and your emotional body pacified, you are ready to ascend even further, to touch the spheres of mind and spirit, where thought patterns and connection with the divine will be realigned for your ultimate victory. Having pacified the storms of the heart and restored the vitality of the body, our ascension continues, now leading us to the highest peaks of your subtle constitution, entering the domains of the mental and spiritual body, where the architecture of your reality is designed even before it manifests in the physical world. I now lead you out of the emotional waters and ask you to raise your inner gaze to the center of your head, to that chamber of thoughts that, for so long has been a labyrinth of worries, a radio tuned to anxiety stations that never turn off, consuming your vital energy with catastrophic scenarios that will never happen, and internal dialogues that undermine your peace. The Ascended Masters deeply understand the nature of the modern human mind, bombarded by information overload and disconnected from sacred silence. And that is why the temple environment now illuminates with an intense, solar, and penetrating golden glow, signaling the arrival of the energy that will bring order to the chaos of your thoughts. It is time to cleanse the windows of your perception, removing the soot of limiting beliefs and the fog of confusion, so that you can see your life not through the lenses of fear, but through the crystalline clarity of the divine wisdom that dwells within you. Master Lanto, the great hierophant of the golden ray of illumination and wisdom, approaches you with serene dignity, holding a flame that glows like liquid gold, and positions himself behind you, placing his luminous hands upon your crown chakra at the top of your head. Feel, at this exact instant, an infusion of golden light descending through your brain, penetrating every synapse, every neuron, flooding the cerebral hemispheres with a superior intelligence that instantly dissolves intellectual rigidity and obsessive thought patterns that loop in your mind. This golden light acts as a divine solvent, disintegrating thought forms of scarcity, of I can't, of it's too difficult, and replacing them with a sudden and comprehensive understanding of the solutions you sought. It is the moment of insight, of silent revelation, where answers emerge not from the effort of reasoning, but from the stillness of knowing. Feel your mind expand, the boundaries of what you deemed possible being pushed further away, creating space for new ideas, creativity, and a clarity of purpose that aligns your human will with divine will. And now, for this cleansing to be deep and irreversible, the great alchemist of the age, the beloved Saint Germain, steps forward in the circle, raising his arm and invoking the transmuting power of the violet flame, the sacred fire of freedom that has the unique power to alter the vibration of energy, transforming lead into gold, karma into dharma, pain into learning. Visualize a bonfire of crackling violet light igniting beneath your feet and spiraling up around your body, enveloping you in a pillar of cool, purifying fire that consumes not only the symptoms, but the causes and cores of your problems, burning the Akashic records of suffering and the cellular memories of past lives that still echoed in your subconscious mind. Saint Germain invites you to surrender to this flame all that weighs on your consciousness: irrational fears, obsessions, behavioral addictions, and the feeling of being trapped in a wheel of repetitions. See all of this turning to ashes and instantly being converted into pure light and vital energy returned to your being. It is a karmic liberation, a decree of spiritual emancipation that breaks the chains of the past and declares you a free, sovereign being and master of your own destiny, no longer a victim of circumstances. As the violet flame performs this profound alchemy, the environment becomes imbued with absolute purity, setting the stage for the intervention of Master Serapis Bey, guardian of the white ray of purity and ascension, who brings with him the discipline and righteousness of spirit. He projects upon you a beam of incandescent white light, as bright as the midday sun, that acts directly on the vertical alignment of your being, restoring the silver cord, the sacred connection between your earthly personality and your I Am presence, your divine monad that resides in the higher planes. Feel as if a crystal column were erected in the center of your body, connecting you firmly to the heart of the earth and simultaneously to to the heart of the great central sun, transforming you into a pillar of light, a living bridge between heaven and earth. In this state of alignment, the feeling of cosmic loneliness completely disappears, for you feel, viscerally and undeniably, that you are an integral part of the whole, that you were never separate from the source, and that all the wisdom of the universe is accessible to you through inner silence. The climax of this mental and spiritual stage occurs when all these energies, the gold of wisdom, the violet of transmutation, and the white of ascension, merge into a symphony of light that silently explodes within your head, activating the pineal gland and the third eye, allowing you to glimpse your true eternal magnitude. Mental confusion gives way to an oceanic peace, a mind quiet as the surface of a windless lake, where the only thought that prevails is the certainty of your divinity and the absolute trust that life is flowing in your favor. You are no longer your thoughts, you are the consciousness that observes thoughts. You are not your mind, you are the master who uses the mind as a tool for creation. I observe your energetic field now and see that it shines with a radiant, expanded luminosity, occupying all the space around you, an aura that repels negativity and magnetically attracts blessings, synchronicities, and miracles that were held back by the barrier of doubt. Breathe in this new rarefied atmosphere of clarity and spiritual power, imprinting in your cellular memory the sensation of being totally connected, lucid, and awake, for this is your natural state, the birthright that the masters came to restore to you. The fog has dissipated, the road ahead is illuminated, and you now possess the eagle's vision to see beyond appearances, understanding the greater purpose behind each challenge. We are reaching the end of this surgical process, but the most important step is yet to come. The anchoring, the return, and the commitment to sustain this light in the real world where true mastery is tested and where your healed presence will make all the difference. Prepare to integrate all you have received and to seal this pact of light, for the journey of return is about to begin, bringing you back, not as the same person who left, but as a renewed being empowered by the grace of heaven. With your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies realigned and vibrating in higher octaves of light, the ritual in the crystal temple approaches its sacred conclusion, not as an end, but as the 0 point of a new trajectory in your existence. Observe now that the ascended masters who formed this circle of power and healing around you begin to gently gather the projected energies, not to withdraw them from you, but to seal them within your auric field, ensuring that this new frequency does not dissipate at the first contact with the densities of the outer world. It is as if each of them placed an invisible energetic signature on your chest, a seal of protection that will function as a vibrational shield, repelling dissonant energies and keeping your inner light burning even in the face of daily challenges. Germain, with his penetrating and compassionate gaze, raises his right hand and traces in the air the symbol of the Maltese cross in violet flame, fixing the transmutation performed and decreeing that what has been cleansed is cleansed, and what has been healed remains healed by the law of divine grace. Now feel a sensation of gentle density returning to your body, not the weight of old fatigue, but the necessary gravity to anchor your consciousness back to three-dimensional reality, bringing with it the treasures gathered in the higher dimensions. I invite you to begin to make the bridge back, visualizing the crystal temple slowly fading into a pearlescent mist of light, while the perception of the physical environment where you are begins to intensify again. Feel the support of the chair or bed where your body rests, the air temperature on your skin, the distant sounds of the street or house, perceiving all of this not as distractions, but as the setting where your new version will act and shine from now on. The healing you received was not for you to take refuge in the clouds, but for you to have the strength and clarity to descend to earth and transform your reality, infusing love, wisdom, and power into every small action of your day, from washing dishes to the most complex decisions of your work. Breathe deeply, filling your lungs with the air of this physical plane, but notice that it now has a different flavor, imbued with the prana you brought from your journey. And as you exhale, imagine roots of light emerging from the base of your spine and penetrating deep into the soil, connecting you to the crystalline heart of Gaia. This grounding is fundamental. It is what will allow the high spiritual voltage now circulating in your system to be safely and productively discharged into the earth, manifesting in concrete health, financial prosperity, harmonious relationships, and creative projects that come to fruition. You are now a divine lightning rod, an open channel through which heaven touches earth, and your simple presence in an environment will be enough to raise the vibration of those around you, without you needing to say a single word. The spiritual responsibility you carry is not a burden, it is a privilege, to be a light bearer in times of transition, a beacon that, by being lit, encourages others to light their own flames. Begin to gently move your fingers and toes, feeling life pulsating in your extremities, stretching slowly like someone waking from 100-year restorative sleep, feeling every muscle respond with new elasticity and vigor. As you open your eyes, don't just see the same room as before. See a world of renewed possibilities. See the divine potential hidden in every object, in every color, in every ray of sunlight entering through the window. Drink a glass of fresh water as soon as you can, consecrating this water as an elixir of fixation, allowing the liquid element to help distribute the new healing information to all the cells of your body, hydrating and fluidifying the processes of change that will continue to occur in the coming days and weeks, often during sleep. Be attentive to the signs the universe will send you starting today. A repeated number sequence, a white feather on your path, a song that plays at the exact moment bringing an answer, or an unexpected call from a loved one. None of this will be coincidence. These will be the winks from the masters, confirming that the connection remains active and that you never, ever walk alone. Healing is a continuous process, an ascending spiral, and today you climbed several steps at once. But the maintenance of this frequency depends on your daily choices, the nourishment you give your mind, the words that come out of your mouth, and the feelings you cultivate in the garden of your heart. Choose, at every moment, light. Choose benevolence. Choose peace, even when chaos tries to invite you to the dance of discord. And now, as a concrete step to anchor this experience and strengthen the egregore of light that unites us, I extend a special invitation from the heart. If you felt the truth of these words vibrating in your soul, if you felt the subtle touch of the masters in your being, subscribe now to the Violet Flame Temple channel. By subscribing, you are not just clicking a button. You are saying yes to continue receiving this spiritual nourishment. You are joining a family of souls who, like you, seek ascension and planetary healing. Leave your testimony in the comments below. How did you feel during the visualization? Was there any color, any master, or any physical sensation that stood out? By writing and sharing your experience, you materialize the healing, bringing it from the etheric to the physical. And your story might be exactly the key another brother needed to read to open his own heart. Like this content, so the algorithm understands that light is relevant and takes it to more people who are suffering in silence, desperately needing this same relief you found today. Remember, the journey doesn't end here. It has only begun on a new level. Keep the flame lit. Watch your thoughts, pray with gratitude, and know that whenever you need it, the crystal temple is just a breath away within you. Go in peace, go in light, and be the healing the world so desperately needs. I am grateful for your life. Namaste.